Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zoe. I work in the Graduate Studies Office on the Postgraduate Admission team. And I'm here to talk to you this afternoon about how to apply for a postgraduate program in Maynooth University. So you're obviously here because you're interested in doing a postgrad. So the first place to start, in my opinion, would be to have a look at what we have available, what programs are in our portfolio that are open for applications. So the best way to do that at the moment would be to navigate to the Maynooth University webpage, and then on the tabs along the top of the page, you'll see postgraduate. If you click on that, it'll bring you up a range of different options. And two of which would be the Taught Masters programs, the diplomas and certificates, or the research programs. So select whichever one that you're actually interested in. And this will bring you to our course finder page, which will be all the programs that are currently open for application. So you can either scroll down through the full list, which will show you department by department, or you can use the quick finder box and type in the program. Sorry, my screen is jumping forward. And do a search there by the program name or a keyword or the department that you're interested in. So you can see here, for example, for business, there are 2 MScs in business management, and you can see then at the side, it'll let you know whether it's a full-time program or part-time. And then there is a code there, say MH52D, that's a PAC code, which is a unique identifier for that particular program. And that's a code that you'll need to apply for the program. So if you actually click in to the title of the program that you're interested in, it'll bring you into the program page with all the details that you need. So this is what you'll get up when you click in, and you can see at the top of the page there is the qualification type. So it's a Masters of Science degree. It's Taught Masters level 9, and then again you get the PAC identifier code and the all-important closing date as well. Keep an eye on this because applications need to be submitted before this date. So then there's tabs on this page as well for overview. It'll give you a background on the program itself. Then the entry requirements. So these are the requirements, the entry criteria that the department have set for entry to that particular program. The department people will be the staff that work within that department, and it's good to have a look, at this to see the research interests or the areas that each staff member is responsible for. Then the course structure will give you the modules for this program. Career options is where you're likely to end up, what career you're likely to end up in after, and your options after completing. And then for us, the all-important how to apply. This will bring you to a link to actually apply for that program. So to apply for the program, we use PAC, which is Postgraduate Application Centre, and that's an application platform that's used by a number of different institutes. So when you go on to this platform, so either through the How to Apply tab that I showed you on the previous page, or you can navigate to pac.ie website. You need to register with PAC if you haven't done so before. So you click register, put in all your details to create an account. Once you have that done, then you are ready to start your application. So if you aren't automatically brought to the Maynooth Institute page, you can see here it actually indicates Maynooth University, and if it's not saying that, well then you'd actually need to select the institutions drop down and find Maynooth on the drop down list. Once you're on that page, it says Maynooth University, then you need to find the program or programs that you're interested in applying to. So you can apply for a Taught program, you can apply for 3 programs under the 1 application fee or 1 research program. So you can either search by the PAC identifier code that I discussed earlier, or the program name. You type it into the course name or code, or you can search all the programs under Taught and a department, and it'll list everything that's open for application there. And at that stage, then you can either select 1 program or you can select multiple. So I've given you an example of what the page looks like then. This is if I've started an application. this is what you'd see, and you can see there's 3 tabs up the top. Excuse me, and this is for a thought application, and you can see that there are 2 that are unsubmitted. So I've started 2 applications, and then you can see that there's another tab empty there. So if you wanted to add an extra program, you could just click add course. Sorry, it's jumping forward again. So when you're completing the application form, it's a very straightforward process, and it brings you through various pages for information that is required. So biographical, academic history, or references if they're required, your experience, and an upload section. So if you have never studied in Maynooth before, there are various documents that are required to be submitted as part of your application to support it. If you've studied in Maynooth before, then there's far less, because we've already access to your details on our own system, and we can see your grades and your personal information, so we can pull that across. It's important to note that as you work through the application process, once you've passed the biographical page, you can save your progress and come back and complete it at a later stage. But do remember to keep an eye on the closing date, because once that's passed, then you may not be able to submit your application unless the department decide that they want to reopen the program. So that's the all-important step there. Then when you get to the upload stage, so that the type of documents that you'll be required to upload if you haven't studied in Maynooth before is a passport for identification, your transcripts, your parchment if you've been conferred, your parchment with your conferral date is needed. For some programs, references are required, and a personal statement as to why you actually want to do the program that you're applying for. And if there's anything additional that's required for the particular program that you're applying to, it'll come up as part of the application form. So once you get to the stage where you need to upload, you just click, say for example for the university parchment, just click choose files, and once you have the document saved on your computer, then you search for it and click open, and it'll upload to the application form. Once you have everything complete, then you can click submit application. It'll let you know then at that stage if anything is missing, and it'll direct you back to the page where information is missing from. So it's quite intuitive. Once you submit the application and everything is complete, you will need to pay the application fee. So it's €50 application fee, and that covers 3 applications to a thought program or 1 application to a research program. So once you've submitted the application, then it moves into the process of review within Maynooth. So it comes initially, if it's an EU application, it comes to Graduate Studies Postgraduate Admissions team, so the team that I work on, and we review it initially. And if it's a non-EU application, it goes to the international office. So as the application moves through the process and it's sent on to the departments, at each stage you'll be notified by email, and then you can click into the link in the email. It brings you into PAC. You log in and you can go into your account from this drop-down menu beside your email address at the top of the page, and it'll list the applications that you have open at the moment, and you just click, see where the yellow arrow is there, it'll come up like this, and you just click on view, and it'll bring you up all the details. And if there's any messages that have been sent to you, any further requests for more information, or if you've been made an offer or anything like that, all the information will be there. So the type of courses that you can apply for, as I said, were research programs and thought. So for the research, the process is slightly different in that you need to have contacted a potential supervisor before you start the PAC application process, and they need to have agreed to take you on as a student. So the best way to do this is have a look at our department web pages, and they have a tab down the side of the left-hand side of the page for people, and you can read the research bio for each of the academic staff in that department, and then you just contact them directly by email and ask would they be interested in taking you on for research, and then between the two of you or alone you come up with a research proposal, and they agree to take you on as a student, and then you start your PAC application. Then that's quite different than from the thought programs, because the initial process is to go to PAC directly with your application for up to 3 programs. And as I said, there's a €50 application fee. That €50 actually only covers your application to Maynooth University. If you were going to use PAC to apply to a different institute as well, well, then they have their own, there'll be an additional fee for that. Once you have submitted your application, as I said, it comes directly to my team that I work in, the PAC admissions, postgraduate admissions team, if you're an EU applicant. Otherwise, if you're a non-EU, it goes to the international office. So we do the initial review where we have a look at all the documents that have been submitted, and we say whether the application is complete or not, or if there's further information needed, we'll chase up with yourself to upload further information. Once we deem the application complete, then we send it on to the department for the academic review. So once it's gone to that stage, generally you should hear back within 4 weeks. You may have an offer within that time. Even if you're still studying, you may have an offer, and that would generally be a conditional offer. So it could be conditional on you reaching the grade requirements in your final exams. Or you could get a firm offer if you've completed your undergraduate degree already and you meet the entry requirements, you could be given a firm. So when the offer is made, you'll get a notification into your email. You click in on that and you'll see your offer, and you are asked then to accept it. To accept the offer, then you need to pay a deposit, which is €200, and to hold your place on that program. For whichever offer you get, be it conditional or firm, you need to accept. If you want to take it, you accept and pay the deposit, even if you don't have your final results yet. The deposit, if you don't meet the conditions that the department have stipulated, then you're entitled to a refund of that deposit. If you change your mind, then the deposit is non-refundable. So that is basically it for how to apply to Maynooth. As I said, the applications come in to graduate studies initially to the postgraduate admissions team. So if you need to contact us about anything for your application, the email address that is there, pacinfo@mu.ie. If it's a non-EU query, then it should be directed to international.office@mu.ie. If you have any difficulties, technical difficulties with the application system itself, those queries can come into PAC-info as well, or they can be directed to PAC itself, so pachelp@pac.ie. There are also step-by-step how to apply videos that are available on the PAC website, which are really useful. They're very short and concise that target the exact step that you're on at the time that you're maybe having difficulty with. So basically that is it, and thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. And we're open to questions in the question and answers, which I probably should have told you earlier that you could type questions in to the question and answers, but I'm here to answer anything.